Hey everyone, welcome back to This Is the Police. In the last part, we asked the mayor for the full shebang. We wanted a detective slot, a police officer slot, was it SWAT upgrade you get, and a pay rise. And I'm hoping to get it this episode. Anyway, what are the papers saying today? Massive day-long power outage in city centre. Bikers donate blood at Central Hospital. And elementary school students stuck on a Ferris wheel. Okay. Surprised that's not the main story, but sure. And by main story, I don't know if you can see my mouse actually. The massive power outage. That seems like it'd be pretty big news. No, you can't go home. Davenport, you know what? Go take a rest. You're always on one energy. Let's try and recuperate you a little bit. Right, blues for Mr. T. I pity the fool who don't like these blues. Oh my god. Half of Big Mac flunked all their exams and brought dishonour to the badge. Nellie O'Sullivan flunked all their exams and brought dishonour to the badge. I can hire a detective. Oh, perfect. Right, which shift has got one less? It's shift B, so we want to bring someone into shift B. Jack Radzitsky? I'm not going to be picky here. Welcome to Freeburg PD. They got everything! I can hire a police officer. That can go into shift A. They need all the help they can get. Ping Chin. Interesting name. And you can improve the SWAT team. We'll work 4 times a day. I want 4 times a day. Like, what would I rather have? 100% more efficient. In fact, it was 50% more efficient, I think. Or I can work 4 times a day. Give me 4 times a day. Every day of the week. Okay, not every day of the week, you know. We do have labour laws. Right in front of the store, a strange man came around the corner and accosted a young woman as she left the bakery. The owner of the bakery thinks it could be the dentist. You gotta understand, he's scaring my customers. I don't believe it is, but we'll send Kochi and Rocker. I have a decent number of cops here, so let's just check. If you need backup, we'll get backup. I can't believe all this time I could have asked for all 4 of them there, and I've just been not doing it. I might have been close to the 500,000 had I done that. Fight at Freeburg Elementary. Headmaster Rihanna Smith reports that 2 mothers were fighting right there in the office. She had called them in to discuss the behaviour of their children. It seems that Mrs. Klein's son often makes fun of the daughter of Mrs. Masters. The girl finally had enough abuse and stabbed the boy's hand with a pencil. That's not acceptable. Austin, you go smooth the situation out. Disorderly conduct at the business centre. A man with 3 pit bulls entered the business centre. Were they called like Sir, Burr and Russ? When local security warned him that the dogs weren't permitted, he started threatening to let the dogs off their leash if anyone gives them trouble. Using animals as weapons, not on my watch. And what is the only thing that can scare Cerberus? The eyes of Florida. He's just going to stare the pit bulls down. The man is actually the owner of the new bakery, and he was just trying to lure away Jim Baton bakery customers. As dressed as a dentist, I suppose. Ooh, disorderly conduct. The situation is more serious than we thought. Okay. I'll give you Shaw and Robert. Mr. Boyd, I'm preparing a long article for the magazine Righteous Life. And the theme of my article is Cop Sodomites. Interesting theme. According to my investigation, tragic deaths are striking 13 gay police couples across our country's great cities. A satanic pentagram is emerging from the map. Perhaps the devil is telling them that they can't, that even he cannot accept them. According to my predictions, the next death will happen right here in Freeburg. The problem is that I need to visit 6 more cities, so I don't have time to wait for it to happen. In fact, I'll only be in the city a couple of days. I hope you can somehow, accelerate the process. I'll pay you generously, and don't worry if the dead cop turns out to be straight, like my editor says. Dead men don't file lawsuits. Blake Cage, you are insane. I thought some of the citizens in our city were, off their rocker. You take the biscuit. So, you have found 13 gay police officers, apparently, who may not be gay because, your editor doesn't care about that. And their deaths pull out a pentagram. And perhaps the devil says he's not accepting them. Isn't the pentagram pretty satanic originally? Sure, that's more like an offering, like a tribute anyway. But ignoring this, completely insane, rhetoric. You want me to kill one of my police officers to make a little pretty picture on your map? A little pretty picture on the map? No, go fuck yourself. Now, someone may just randomly die. If that happens, sure, write what shit you want, but I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. Anyway, we caught the school child. Well done, Austin. I thought for a second we were going to get found loot pencil. The disorderly conduct, dealt with well. This is a pretty crack team, honestly. Florida, Timpson, Shaw, and Robert. Oh, wow. Massacre at St. John's Hospital. Okay, that's more important. We got an anonymous tip that a dentist broke into the women's clinic and is killing their patients. Let's check the animal abuse first then. Bill Buckler says some badman came onto his farm with a hatchet and started attacking the cows and other animals. No. Animal abuse, not acceptable. Roca, Gardner, Purdy. And I will send, just to check on this, Kochi and Shaw. I'll send you Carbotta too. I'm pretty certain this is going to be a false alarm. If it's not, I will send you Florida, Austin, Robert, and Timpson. I'll send you the SWAT, I'll send you the paddy wagon. Ooh, Corn Monument. Mr. Boyd, I want to shoot a scene featuring one of the finest landmarks of your fair city. The Corn Monument. This is a public place, so please send 4 officers to assist. They'll keep any curious children at a reasonable distance and rein in the men and any protesting hypocrites, explaining that everything is being done according to the law. There's only one condition. The cops can't touch the actress. She's not just some kind of whore. What kind of fucking condition is that, Mr. Boyd? Sorry, that's me. Whoever you are. George Dean. Or Jose. Jose Dean. What condition is that? My police officers are the finest upstanding citizens you'll ever meet. Now, if I wasn't so desperate for money, I would ignore you after that, attestation. It's not even an attestation, it's an accusation, frankly. Okay, sorry you're not going to get any backup.
We've got a situation here.
Okay, seeing the police, the intruder puts up his hands, but he's still holding the weapon. Slowly approach the offender, pistol at the ready, and knock the knife out of his hands. That's not a knife, that's a cleaver. Calm down the cows and say everything will be alright. I'll try to put handcuffs on the suspect. I hate all these options, honestly. Handcuffing? Nice. Purdy was just going to wrestle this guy to the ground. Big Mama Purdy. Yes, everything's fine at the women's clinic. No shit, he is. Right, get back as fast as possible. Assault with a deadly weapon. That is something we do want to deal with. Thanks, Chief. You never see pure gold like that on cable. Interesting. What is she wearing? I don't know. 8K! Let's go. Okay. Thankfully, we have 30 seconds to deal with this. And I do have a SWAT team on the ready. Hostage situation at Kevin's throat bar. Okay. We're getting everyone back right now. A man called in from a phone booth saying he's under attack by a sniper. I can't get out! He just shoots the asphalt in front of my feet when I open the door. I don't know what he wants from me. But when I first got here, there was a note glued to my phone book saying, Don't move. Okay, this seems serious. We'll send a dream team of Purdy, Shaw, Kochi, Rocca, and I'll send you the SWAT. I need some officers for the other thing. So a hostage situation at Kevin's Throat Bar. Oh, with a Fatal Casualty. An Elvis impersonation competition has been organised for several well-known local artists by Lindy Bryant, who volunteered to evaluate the contestants. According to the owner of the bar, this sorry excuse for an Elvis fan shouted lewdly at some of the participants, saying that they were nothing like the king. Then he saw the woman shout, "I knew you didn't die. Take me away with you. We'll live happily ever after." The bouncer threw the woman out on the street, but she grabbed a knife from her bag and stabbed him in the throat. Then Miss Bryant grabbed one of the impersonators and pulled him into the utility room. Sure. Oh, I thought Lindy... Oh, the owner of the bar could be a woman as well. Sure. Anyway, Florida, Timpson, Austin, and Trebor. Alright, maybe I should have said... No. You know what? I was going to say, maybe we should have sent the paddy wagon. It's one person. We'll save it. It's also earlier enough in the evening that we might need that.
Looks like we have a situation.
A man wearing a suit is crouched on the floor in the booth. The surrounding pavement is decorated with bullet holes. A crowd of onlookers has gathered on the other side of the street, watching what happens from a safe distance. Look at the windows and rooftops of the nearest houses. Call out to the sniper. "Mr. Sniper, you are surrounded. Surrender." Doesn't sound right. Or pull a patrol car right up in front of the booth. Look at the rooftops. The sniper begins to bombard the phone booth with bullets. One of the onlookers says the shots are coming from the 8th floor window. Drag the man from the booth to the car. Shoot the window that the witness points out, or run into the building where the shots came from. Let's catch the sniper.
412.
Nice. I felt like putting the car in front was just going to kill someone. And I don't want to give the pledge to that journalist of letting one of my boys in blue. And girls dying.
12, looks like we have a situation.
A bunch of Elvis impersonators have gathered around the door. Silently pass through the crowd. Swing the nightstick around until people move out of the way. "Everybody get back. This is the police. Let us through." Let's do that one in an Elvis impersonation voice, because that's all that these Elvis impersonators will ever listen to. Inside is a man dressed like Elvis, scared to death, and a woman with a knife. Shoot the one with a taser. "Elvis, get out of here." "Elvis, get out of here." Or drop the knife and reach for the sky. Okay, I've done with my bad Elvis impression.
710.
Reach for the sky. Doing a Woody impression now. Right. Suspicious individual. I will wait for a second because that has all the slots. That's probably enough now. Suspicious individual at Diamond Dog State Penitentiary. Ooh. An old man dressed in rags is pacing around under the prison gate shouting, "I am the dentist! I killed all those women! Arrest me! I want to confess!" I'm going to send 3 officers because it's not the dentist. But he could be a dangerous individual. I'm actually worried now that maybe he's like trying to do like some sort of suicide attack. Like he's trying to lure as many police officers to them. And like he somehow made some sort of explosive in prison out of, I don't know, poop and... What else do we have in prison? Cable ties. Poop and cable ties. He somehow made a bomb. It's a homeless man outside the prison. Sure, it wasn't actually prison inmate. We have 3 new frames. Oh! That's an interesting frame. Someone banged on my door. My mother told me to hide under the bed. So we know that's not true. The fatal was by object, sure. Fiona was swearing at her brother. He'd come around here begging for money at her doorstep. Then she started yelling at her son. I feel like this looks more like begging. I don't know about this one. I feel like this might be leaving the house and not coming in. I feel like I'm trying to make the frames fit what I want. Maybe he gives the boy the thing, though. I don't know. I feel like I've got the frames now. Is it this one? Like, is it open the door? Let them in? Begs for money? Says no. She shouts at her son. Guy gives son hammer. Beats mother. Nah, I feel like that's less likely. He always says they're playing video games. Maybe it is this, actually. Yelling at son. He beats her. I feel like this might be actually right now. I think it's the front that I've got wrong. The door to the apartment was open when I came in. Ah, so it's not a closed door. And what's this frame? I sort of wish I could... Oh, you can zoom it in. Maybe it's that. Like, she was tenderizing meat. Begs for money. But how does he get in? Maybe boy lets them in. Yes, I went to my sister's to borrow some money. I lost my job and my bills were piling up. I expected her to talk like I've helped her in the past, but she refused. But I didn't kill her. We had a fight and yelled at each other, and then I went home. I watched a movie I rented and went to bed. I feel like I've got the frames now. I just need to figure this out. I could really do with figuring some of these out, actually. So, if Kid was playing a video game, let's say Kid doesn't open door. I can't tell if this is, like, opening the door or leaving. I think it's him leaving. Like, she's still shouting and he leaves. Perhaps this isn't right. Maybe it is this. Like, he comes in. They complain. He leaves. And the kid is just like, I've had enough of this. The only thing that makes me think it's the kid is he's just sat here playing video games. If he wasn't, like, if he was under the bed, I'd think it was probably the brother, but, like, I'm pretty certain the kid is, like, I don't know, mentally disturbed or something. And just snapped. Is this opening the door? I don't know. And the arson report, no new frames found. Right, we've not found frames in this for a decent amount of time. But I feel like we're still missing frames, because I feel like everything here is right. Unless it's a Molotov. Because he cuts the cables first, then throws the Molotov, and he's seen here, and someone purposely walks past him. I don't know. I don't know. If it piles up for much longer, I will check with Detective Google. Anyway, that's the end of the day for Shift B. Pretty good shift, honestly. Right. Wooden Horse Toy Store donates toy trucks to orphanage. Fighter Air Show taking place outside city. And City Hall vows to solve water crisis. And they have to, because we have to lead the horse to the water. All thumbs up, though, so I'll take that. That is a result. There's a big sale going on today, and I don't want to miss it. No. Today is my daughter's opening an art exhibition in an elite gallery in a nearby city. Can I have the day off? Sure. I'll be kind. We just got another person into this shift anyway, so I'll allow it a personal day off. Yeah, sure, White Russian. Ooh, nice start to the song. I'm enjoying it. Aha! Serial murder at the Ghetto. 45-year-old Maria Camilla Solis, employee at City Hall, was found brutally murdered at her apartment. Sims and Vickers and the SWAT go investigate this. I'm intrigued what these three things are, by the way. Oh, Matthew, your share. We sold 7k worth of cocaine. I'm going to share it with my staff still. This is reminding me of Cowboy Bebop, this tune. Very similar theme, sorry. Animal abuse at Freeburg High School. Some students are claiming the dentist showed up during their biology lesson and carved up some live frogs with his drill. Shano O'Sullivan. You let me down, O'Sullivan. You now have... And McDonald's. You two let me down, so you go check this out. Actually, can I actually fire them for that? No. I was wondering if, like, they failed their exams, it's a legitimate reason to fire them. That you're not qualified anymore as officers. We just received a call from a university lecturer who reports that a first-year student went to the board during the lecture, took down his pants, and defecated right in front of the entire class. Based? Maybe it was some sort of hazing or a rite of passage. McKillicuddy, I know you're only one, you're not the other half of Big Mac. Can you just deal with this, though? Give the frames to the feds. Interesting. What even is this frames? Oh, it means a drill, but why is the hair white here? I don't know. Right, public indecency, offender court, animal abuse. They made up the story, arrest them, bring them into the police station, please. One night in the, you know, the pokey, and then they won't be happy with it. They'll never do that again. Okay. Quiet night so far. Honestly, I should have given someone their day off to go visit the sales. The thing is, if it was literally like, I'm just like, you know, I want to take a day off for relaxation, I would probably be more inclined to give it to them than them giving like an insane excuse. I sort of wish they applied for it as well though, but rather than just coming to me like on the day and saying like, yeah, listen, I want the day off because, you know, I'm going to go down to the sales. It's like, no, get into work. Hostage situation with a fatal casualty again. Richard Lester, manager of Papa Carl's Pizzeria, reported a deranged elderly man quarrelled with an employee because the line was too long. Unsatisfied, he pulled a gun out and shot the employee in the stomach. Hate that. The other customers fell into a panic and made a break for the door, but he fired several shots into the air and ordered everyone to finish their meals. Okay, we have to send our best here. Prado, Taylor, Spain, Bailey, Jorgensen, and O'Sullivan. I need to start leveling you up because apparently you are not good enough. You know what? I'm not going to send the paddy wagon. We'll send SWAT though. I'm going to make a trooper out of you, O'Sullivan. Let's get down to business to train this officer. They failed their exam. It brought great shame to us all. If I had my way, I'd fire you for failing that exam. But since I don't have the power, I'll make an officer out of you! Mr. Boyd, I'd like to offer you a great opportunity to make some real money. Just send 2 policemen to the store who will pretend that they're trying to stop a robbery. Let me be clear. The robbers must leave the crime scene intact with the cash. Ariel Koya, Sardius Jewelry Store. Go investigate this, Big Mac. I think it's like an insurance scam. There's a clear view from the street. The suspect is sitting at a table in the corner quietly eating pizza. There's a gun next to him. There are about a dozen other people in the restaurant. Wait until the suspect exits the restaurant, storm the pizzeria, call the pizzeria to ask to speak with the man with the gun. Just storm it. We have SWAT. Just move fast, surprise him, like flashbangs, you know. Give him the works. The full SWAT team with their shield going as they run through the door. And then just jump him. You can't beat a crowd of people jumping someone. Unless you have superhuman powers, but I don't think he did. Right, theft in the suburbs. Shannon Waldrop arranged a reception at his home for his rich friends. About 30 people. Toward the end of the evening, when the servants began to take away the dishes, they noticed that about 10 silver cutlery items were missing. No one has left the house yet, so the thief is still there. I feel like this is more of a detective case, honestly, but we'll send Powers, Bailey, Chin, and O'Sullivan. Suspicious individual. Retiree Martha Meyer has called to complain about her neighbour, Roberto Morales. I haven't seen his wife, and last night I saw him burying something in the backyard. Today I asked him about where his wife was, and he mumbled something about a business trip. I'm afraid that he's done something to her. All the time I hear them arguing and cursing each other. Okay, Prado, Spain, and Jorgensen. Let's go investigate. A massacre at the Wise Dragon restaurant. Now, that's not what you like to hear. Boss, we felt like useless clowns out there, and in front of eyewitnesses too. From now on, you can do your dirty work without us. Thanks for the help. 25k from Mr. Boyd. But I left Big Mac in shambles. I never even considered that we were going to put them down. Can someone come back, please? I do not want to send 2 people out to a massacre. Shoot. Several men dressed in camouflage entered the restaurant carrying a large sports bag. They asked for a table, ate their meal, then took out some guns from the bag and opened fire in all directions. I can send you support in a moment. I couldn't do it in time! I think it was possible. The guests are eating dessert and talking about politics. Ask all the guests carrying a purse to go to a separate room. Nobody's going home until we find the thief. Or pick out the most suspicious looking man and beat him. No. One man, outraged by the situation, jumps up and yells that he's too honourable and important to participate in such a circus. Search him. Taking advantage of the panic, one of the guests stands up and quietly moves towards the back door. Where do you think you're going?
911.
Offender caught. Great work, officers.
1210 complete.
Sure. I'd have loved to have these people there for, you know, the massacre that was going on. Drop the ball a little bit there. Anyway, rape at an apartment house. Marzina Pollack says she heard noises and screams coming from a neighbouring apartment. She couldn't make out most of the words, but the man said, "I'll find it, and then I'll shut your mouth for good, you whore." Miss Pollack added that the man who lives in that apartment is always in trouble with the law, and she's repeatedly seen him carrying a gun. Taylor, and honestly, apologies to Big Mac. We'll send you there too. To restore your reputation. 25k though. Whew. More frames in the homicide. Ah! Oh, you've moved my frames around for the ones that I didn't like. A saw. A tattoo. Tattoo? Question mark? I can't see if you've got a tattoo. You don't. Do you? I don't see it. I don't see it on this either. I think this is wrong still. No new frames found. Right. We've had this on for the entire time like we've been playing this game. We did get one frame recently, so maybe we haven't got everything yet. Like, he wasn't under the wheel. He got hit up into the air. I think this has to be right. Like, was he walking across the crossing? It folds into the park from the restaurant. Maybe... The grey truck turned off somewhere. Wait, is that it then? Is it the grey truck turns off somewhere? So the grey truck is in the frame, like it just drives past? And then, you know, like Jaws, the truck sneaks around, or the Jeep sneaks behind the corner. Motorcycle, tyre tracks, and shattered glass were found at the crime scene. I haven't got a motorcycle frame. Heavy struck. The police and body show trace of a grill. Traces of grey paint. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it is that. Grey paint went through the windscreen. Okay, I like that. In which case, this has nothing to do with it, question mark? I think I'm missing frames still. Who's on this investigation? Sharrow. I'm putting all my detectives on this. I feel like maybe there are frames missing. Let's try and clear that up. Let's try and solve at least one case this episode. Because it's just piling up right now. Right, inside the apartment there's a naked girl lying on the couch in tears. Standing next to her is a man with a gun. He takes aim at the police. Drop your weapon. Shoot the suspect. I think we shoot. If he's taking aim, you don't have time. I can't believe we caught him. That's going to be bad. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. We'll do one more day. Just make this a little bit of a longer part. Brutally murdered Maria Camilla Solis was long-standing employee at City Hall. Dentist victims growing older, and 45-year-old City Hall worker strangled by maniac. City Hall unhappy, don't count chickens before the hatch, sure. And let's move on. Garden didn't come into work today. Yeah, go home. You know what, Kazuma? You've asked for this 17 million times. You can go home and rest. Because Davenport's not moaning now. Who deserves a stripe out of you lot? Honestly? Well done, Shaw. You've done incredible work so far. Right, back in business. Back to shift B, the Mafia. 11k they sold the jewellery for. The Mignor jewellery? Insane. Share 50% with my staff. They deserve it. By the way, sorry, let me just go to the affairs for a moment. I can't fire McDonald. Who didn't come in today? I've actually forgotten. Gardner. Goodbye. And we'll hire someone new for shift B. Like Elizabeth Fraser or Max S. Feinberg. We're going to get the max fineness. Come into shift B. Right, Mafia assignment. Jack, we have something going down today at the business centre at 3. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think at 1k should be enough for a request. Well, we'll see what it is. 1k, not a lot of money. Back over 100k, by the way. Nice. Jack, we are arranging plans for a funeral today. Everything has to go quietly and respectfully. 3 of your guys should be enough. Austin, Carbotta, and Rocca. Go help Mr. Sand. Asking a lot from me today, Mr. Sand. But I want to keep on your good side. For now. Because I can't help but think you'll murder me if I don't. That's kind of part what I'm thinking. Okay, they're already coming back. What are these 3 things I'm still missing, by the way, in affairs? Okay, a beach. Public indecency at the beach again. Viola Corley called the police when she saw a naked young woman sunbathing at the beach. I came here with my grandchildren! And there's a woman with her legs spread apart! It's just shameless! I want it dealt with immediately! You know what? I mentioned in the last part, topless sunbathing I don't have a problem with. Complete full-on, you know, like, nudity. Especially if you're spreading your legs as well to, you know, give everyone a full show, like spread eagle. That's taking it too far. You're just taking the pee there, so to speak. Sure, go deal with it. Again, not that I have anything against, you know, male or female bodies. It's just natural, so to speak, but come on. Show a little bit of decency, especially since there's places where you can do that type of thing. Anyway. Attempted murder at the Modern Art Gallery. The owner of the gallery phoned in a complaint about a repairman who helped install her expedition. I made a casual remark to him, and he looked at me like he was a serial killer. I'm afraid it's the dentist. I'm next on his list. Carbotta and Roker, just check it out. I'm just not doing it then. If it is, it is. I'll live with it. The head of the gallery won't, but I will. I'm not sending 3 officers out for what is almost certainly a false alarm.
214 complete.
Shaw has caught the offender, officer unharmed. Well done. Overtaking Purdy. You didn't think you'd see the day that 95% Purdy would be overtaken by Shaw. Admittedly, Shaw must be close to being like 100% record as well. An assault at St. John's Hospital. A guest came into the hospital to check on a man named Christopher Rhodes, but he wasn't allowed in because visiting hours are over. The man became unruly and hit a nurse. No, not on my watch. Nurses already have a difficult enough job as it is without some nutter hitting them. The repairman didn't threaten anyone. Yeah, no shit. This is the Mr. Sand thing, I think. Stockbroker Jerome Finigana was sitting in his office when he was attacked by an unhappy client. Jerome managed to escape and lock himself in a closet. Meanwhile, his attacker is trying to break down the door. Let me just check this. Oh, how do I check this again? Police station, backlog? Business Center, 3 PM. Is this the business center? It is. I'm going to keep in his good books. To my own detriment.
1210 in progress.
Right. More suspicious individual at St. John's Hospital. We might as well just be stationed there right now. A man with a lacerated hand walked into the emergency room. He says he hurt his hand while he was drilling something at home, but I don't believe him. From the side, he looks just like the dentist. One of these is gonna be the dentist. I'm hoping it is him. Destruction of property at City Centre. A group of environmentalists have gathered at a fur store and began throwing stones through windows. People shouldn't throw stones in glass houses. I guess they're outside of the glass house. You still shouldn't throw stones. The suspect is under arrest, but the whole time he's resisting and demanding he be allowed to visit the patient. That's my brother. He won't survive to the end of the week. Just let me see him. Take the offender to the police station. Let him visit the room, but keep him under arrest. I think that is the most caring thing to do. Or remove the handcuffs and let him see his brother. Arrest him afterwards.
412A.
We're letting that slide. Why though he couldn't come like another day, or why he waited till the last moment, I don't know. Customers and employees are running out the store. The security guard is trying to reason with the protesters. One of the activists throws a Molotov cocktail through a broken window. Some coats instantly catch fire. Grab one of the surviving coats and give it to your sister. Nobody moves or I'll skin you alive, or call the fire department and attack the activists with nightsticks. I hate to do this, but I think this is a threat. I think this is stupid. This is sensible to some degree. I think it's overzealous. But if you're throwing Molotov cocktails, you've gone too far. That's like arson. And more than that, it's also destruction of property. Like I say more than that. Arson, I guess, is worse, but destruction of property, arson, endangering people's lives. Get in there. Deal with them. Mass riot at Moonlight Stadium. Nice little stadium. Pop star Alana Moraes can't get to the concert because her bus is surrounded by excited fans. The singer's manager is afraid that the fans will tear her to pieces. You've got to come over here and sort this out. This is more than our security can handle. I have no officers right now. Someone got killed. I got 1k for that. Probably wasn't worth it. He hurt his hand. Of course he did. Wait a second. There we go. Florida, Shaw, Purdy. This is the dream trio. Like, nothing's going to get past them. Honestly, Timpson and Kochi. We'll send the full lot. And the paddy wagon. This is the creme de la creme of Freeburg PD. Maybe with the exception of Prada on the other shift. But, you know, he's already, like, carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders in shift A. But if something goes down in shift B, you send these 5. Like, there are Power Rangers.
215 complete.
Mass riot, offenders caught, officers unharmed. Great work. The rich, star-wise, just keep getting richer. It might be worth splitting some of these guys up, actually, into Shift A. Maybe that's something we should consider. Maybe bring Big Mac into here. And bring, like, Purdy up or something. I don't know. It's not too bad. Maybe Timpson comes into this shift. I'm gonna, like, sit on this for a while and gesticulate. Is gesticulate the right word? No. No new frames found. I will consider it. I think a substitution might not be a terrible thing. Move some of this quality into the Shift A. And bring some of their weaker ones back into here. And we can always, like, carry them through a few missions. Try and get them leveled up. Because Shift B is undoubtedly the strongest shift. Gesticulate is when you move your hands around a lot. Why am I struggling with English so much right now? I don't know. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. My English aside. Pretty quiet episode. We did get the full, you know, shebang off the mayor, which is very happy for. Like, one new officer, a new detective, a salary raise, and improved SWAT. You'll love to see it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye.